Hey everyone, welcome in to another daily editorial here on the KE Report. I'm chatting with Chen Lin. We're going to be talking silver, gold, and probably getting into copper. Chen is the editor of What is Chen Buying? What is Chen Selling? I will post a link to Chen's website, chenpicks.com, in the show notes so you can follow along with what Chen is buying and what he's selling. Chen, let's start off with silver. You and I have chatted about silver over the last couple months. You were looking for a $50 silver price in June, and now we're in mid-August, and we're continuing to see silver broadly lag gold. Silver is still now in the mid to high 20s. We hear about silver's industrial component as maybe holding it back, but quite frankly, we look at the gold-silver ratio, it's back to 90. These are historically pretty high levels. Usually we get a turn in that ratio. But Chen, what in your eyes is holding silver back from something like gold that is now back at all-time highs?
Well, that's a very good question. I mean, the one of the key issue was this that we have a Japanese yuan carry trade unwinding, right? So I talk about that in my letter even before everybody was talking about that, quite a few weeks ago. And I saw that Japanese yuan start to strengthen and said, wow, it's not good. And then copper was crashing. That was the weekend when Trump got assassination attempt was on Trump, President Trump, I mean, former President Trump, to be precise. And, and then he did an interview on Monday on Bloomberg, right? I mean, he stated whatever he wanted. He wanted a tariff, he wanted all these other, and then immediately I can feel like the cracking sound in copper. Copper immediately went down. At that time, copper was 3, and Japanese yuan was still start going strengthened from 160, start going down. So I said, okay, just get out copper. We got out the copper with some profit. So what? I mean, let's wait for opportunity. And a lot of my silver, I've been taking profit, and then the rest will stop out, right? So I mean, future position. Okay, the miners, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the bottom. It looks like silver want to hit a second leg down to 26. Everybody was looking for 26. It never really reaches. Sometimes technical chart so perfect, and everybody looking at it, it will never reach because people are just buying at above 26, right? So you see that the second leg. You see the second leg. If it touch 26, it will be perfect. Maybe it will, but it doesn't look like, right? It's 27, 28 now. So if that's the bottom, if you think it's a second and not asymmetrical leg, I think, I mean, then we'll be up rally again. So there are also some other things confuse silver traders because the silver inventory in China was going straight down and suddenly started to going up. I think just some traders cashing out. Okay, the traders they just sell the silver because they for different reasons. Okay, I feel the whole commodity hedge fund industry have a reset. It was a very quick reset. Actually, this reset is very good, very swift. Get rid of all the weekend time, and then now we can come back in and buy this high quality stocks and then buy. I'm very heavy in platinum. Okay, I can just for the record, I was just buying platinum at 900. So the platinum only dropped below 900 was the COVID time. Okay, right now versus before, it's way below mining cost. It's very little risk, and then the traders are not short of platinum again. So we just need a sentiment to change a little bit. We're back to 1,000. So that I like, and I have relatively small gold and silver future position, but I have been buying silver mining company and gold mining companies hand over fist. Okay, market seems to overreact to the earning report. First was Oceana Gold, which one of my key holding a drop hard on us. A little bit miss, you can say a little bit miss earning report, but their net cash already neutral and they're buying back shares. Oh, thank you very much. Right? It's a great buying opportunity. It's just last week, there's another, I mean, I think early this week, B2 Gold, they lowered the guidance. Okay, so the stock got hit hard. It's almost hit a 52-week low. I think the day traders or technical traders just trying to hammer it below 52 weeks. low. Okay, they just want to do that. It's no reason for that. I'm buying, right? The stock paying at that time pay almost 7% dividend. Right now, of course, rebound a little bit in the past few days. It still gets 6% dividend for gold company. It's pretty good. And then company has stated it's secure. They're building a new mine in Canada. They are, if you follow the mining company history, only two company has been consistently deliver a new project on time, on budget. It's Oceana and B2. Only those two companies. Or maybe you can throw in other Barrick, whatever companies in, but in the mid cap, only those two has been doing that consistently in the past decade. So I have full confidence they will deliver the Canadian mine on time. Maybe a little bit over budget, but they have all the liquidity. They've been paying 6%. That doesn't hurt to pay 6% away. So that's another opportunity. And recently you see the Silvercrest crash on very good earning. Actually, they up the guidance. The stock still go down. I scratching my head. Why it was down? I was calling all my friends and I said, I think there's some item for tax, one-time tax item people don't like. I think that's probably the reason it down so much. It's great. I was buying.
Yeah, that was a non-cash item there. I actually just interviewed Chris Ritchie earlier this week. So some non-cash items that lowered their earnings per share number. So that is one reason why it might have been weak. But Chen, back to focus on what's going to drive the silver price here. You focus a lot on China demand. So give us an outline of the Chinese, if they are buying silver, what they're looking for in silver, because usually we hear that they are price sensitive. So this lower price, does that draw investors in China? And what impact would a potential US recession have, since so many people are now looking early 2025 for that?
Yeah, recession will definitely hurt some of the silver industrial demand. But people are wrong about silver because we are in severe deficit. Okay, so even some of the silver industrial demand got cut, the silver is still in deficit. It's just less severe. Okay, so I don't see that. That's why I'm trying to look for the bottom to buy that in, but I think it's better just to buy high quality silver mining company. You buy Silvercrest at the, what, 30% discount, 25, 30% top. Why not? And silver only go down a little bit, right? So, and gold is all time high. And a lot of silver company produce gold too. So you can just buy all you want. That's what I like it. You don't take too much risk. It's much lower price of the stock price, which is perfect. But you want to talk about China's silver premium came in a little bit. Okay, China premium came in, and so China inventory in past few months jumped. So that's what I thought would be some investors trying to sell silver, get rid of silver to clean their sheet, and it's a reset process. And now it start going down again. Okay, the Chinese silver inventory. So looks very positive. We really looking for is second half if solar panel has demand pickup. So far, I haven't seen that. But I'm just waiting for that signal. That will be the perfect final push. But by that time, silver probably maybe already over 30, right? So I'm very bullish on gold and silver both. I mean, there's especially from the mining company perspective, because as I said, a lot of mining companies are down 20, 30% from the top. Gold is hitting all-time high. Silver is not far from there. So it's a relatively low risk. And then you can buy those companies with good balance sheet. So I love buying producers. And juniors got hit even harder. Okay, there are some companies that absolutely no reason to go down. It went down, right? I mean, one of the stock we talk about is Sarah Pasco. Just by picking up a little bit more share, because I think the only reason it went down from like a 16 cents to 12 cents is because some of the financing guys who did a 10 cents with Iris Sprout, right? Remember Iris Sprout came in at 10 cents. So those people are selling some. Okay, so that's fine. There's not a liquidity in the summer. It's a good risk reward from there because they're fully funded to PEA. Let's see the PEA. I think their PEA will be one of the best in the industry. And then they got the signature from the president. Their inauguration of drilling, just drilling was attended by the mining minister of Peru. Think about how important to Peru. They will get permit almost no question. So actually, they will be better than many other great projects. We already saw that recently, the Arizona, Corona, and with silver, right? Both have a great PEA. Stock all responds very well. I suspect Delta Pascal, with the market cap much lower than them, their PEA will be better. We'll see. That's will happen in a few months.
We will see. But you know what, to your point about these juniors, the junior or smaller silver producers, they've been struggling. Plus, a lot of these juniors, there just isn't the market love for them. While they did bounce earlier this year, many have backtracked. So, Chen, why bother getting into these juniors when it still seems like there's so much opportunity in the mid caps, in the larger companies, that even though they have run, the market is still favoring those type of equities?
Oh, you have a very good question. Okay, you raise a very good point. For me, okay, I want to put my foot bet on both. Okay, I'm betting on both. I'm very happy actually buying this week. And also I'm buying juniors. I think in the bull market, especially in the second leg of bull market, those juniors can just run like crazy. If you don't position yourself, it will be very hard to chase, frankly. And that's one. And then some are really getting really cheap. And then the juniors earning hasn't come out yet. We're going to have earning in a couple of weeks. We will see how good their earning is. And some could have a significant free cash flow. And then I really like one of it, Luca. Right, Luca, they have two projects. The one project is cash flow, and the second project, gold and silver, is becoming cash flow positive. They're expanding that, and then they have London people running that shop now. So there could be that people say there could be some next London. But of course, I own that. I recently sold it. I probably sold it too early, but it's a lot of money, a lot of profit. So yeah, so if you're a well-run company, you can make a lot of money.
Oh, they should be making a lot of money at these prices, right? Especially when they have some gold component, but even silver in the mid to high 20s. That's generally stronger than it had been for a while. And last quarter, he was up in the 30s for a fair bit. So we'll see if some of these juniors produce some of the earnings that we're all hoping for. We've talked a fair bit about gold. You've tied that in there. Copper, though, copper's back to $4 after that almost historic run in May up to well over $5. Now, the big question is industrial demands, China demands, recession fears. Can copper gain some traction and make another run to $5?
Oh, I wish to correct you. It was over $5 because I was in the copper future. I remember I woke up that morning, I looked at my screen, I couldn't recognize because the near term, if you recognize the future contract, near term contract is 25 cents over the long term contract, which I own both. And it's almost like $1,000 a ton difference. Of course, I take profit, but that was the day at 525 something, 525, 530 range, and then long term about $5 range. That was historical. It was over the $5 at one point. So it was a squeeze. I would say it's a speculation squeeze. People speculating we will have a shortage of copper due to AI demand. It did not materialize. Okay, I want to say it did not because and you can see the inventory, copper inventory in China around the world continue to go up afterward. And then people just got scared. They sell it. I mean, all these people, easy come, easy go. All the people piling into copper and then they sold out everything. You just look at the great Freeport McMoran, right? FCX, that's trading on New York Stock Exchange, went back all the way to where copper was below $4. I'm buying actually. I just bought it some today. It was a hedge fund favorite. I can see the older hedge fund just selling it, just taking loss on that. But it's a good bargain. Okay. So, so that was the thing because the inventory continued to go up. People worry about we're not in recession yet. The copper inventory going up. Are we getting a surplus? That's the question. First question there. I dropped briefly below $4. And now it's stabilized, rebounding above $4. The recent data from China, the copper inventory start to drop. That's a very good sign. 2 months in a row start to drop, which means their inventory is peaking. They could be the AI trade could be come back because it take a lag. China, the one of the reason the Chinese was piling up the copper was they got so many new orders on the AI component, especially for those transformers. If you're trading AI, people know all these very well. So for the data center, so those orders may start to build. So that's very copper sensitive. So we should watch for the next couple of months. Okay, so if copper inventory continue to drop, we can call firmly that $4 copper is the bottom, and then we are on the way up. And also you worry about the recession. It is industrial, but also the AI, I think, is anti-cyclical. Okay, even in a recession, United States and China, probably the rest of the world will continue to compete in the AI sector. That require a lot of power, require a lot of transformers, require a lot of copper. So the other side of copper could go down, but this side of copper could continue to boom. And I just want to add another item. If you notice, I don't know you're a gun owner or not. I am. All these copper, all the shell, right? Shell is full of copper as well. We have so many wars around the world. We have a war in Ukraine, now spread to Russia, right? Ukraine started to attack Russia. And then Iran may attack Israel anytime. So we have so many wars, and just for the weapon, the copper demand can be very high. So we could bottom here. Let's watch that.
Are you seeing any life in the copper juniors then? I think we keep seeing some promising news out of large mining companies wanting exposure to copper, but when will any of that money funnel down into some of the juniors?
No, I would say copper major is not doing well. Okay, you look at FCX, Freeport McMoran, as I said, it's back all the way back to when copper below $4. Just look at the chart. It's a mountain all the way from climb up and all the way down. The Hub Bay didn't. Taseko didn't. I mean, there's some good Canadian junior didn't go down all the way, but Freeport went down all the way. So I think, but we have Philo, we have a takeover of Philo. I think for the people, for the company with the long-term vision, with capital, they're using the opportunity to pick up copper asset, which is very positive. Okay, because those copper company has a very strong balance sheet. Okay, they can afford very high capex project. That's that will help. So that will help juniors. So I believe a good junior companies, world-class asset will have a bit.
What do you consider world-class assets? What do you like when you're analyzing junior copper companies? What are you looking for?
So one of those you want to be high grade, right? You're high grade.
What do you consider high grade? Over 1%, or does it need to be higher than that?
Well, depends on type of mining, right? So if it's open pit, the 0.5% is pretty good, especially if there's some gold factors in, a little bit gold in, and that make a return very favorable. The underground, you need at least 1%. And also you want to be a geopolitically safe area. Unfortunately, Canada, it's a recent mining accident in Yukon. That make actually Yukon a very tough place to mine for the next decade or so. It's very unfortunate. I've been to Victoria a few times, and then the heap leach just collapsed. Only 1/3 full. You think about that. Actually, we got very lucky. It collapsed now. What if the leach pad is completely full? How much more cyanide will be spilled downstream, right? They already found cyanide downstream. So that actually make it very difficult for that region to permit new mine for a long time. It's very unfortunate. So, but anyway, I'm just saying you need to find the right place. And then the situation changes all the time. You have to be vigilant.
Well, Chen, we'll wrap it up here. Always fun chatting with you. Chen is the editor of What is Chen Buying? What is Chen Selling? Again, I will post a link to Chen's website in the show notes. And Chen, we'll touch base again next month. I hope you have a great rest of your month.
Okay, great. Thank you, Corey.